Power is the near neighbor of necessity. Wisdom thoroughly learned will never be forgotten. Concern should drive us into action and not into depression. Learn silence with the quiet serenity of a meditative mind. Listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. Drunkenness is an exercise in madness. Legislation should be the voice of reason, and the judge should be the voice of the law. A blow from your friend is better than a kiss from your enemy. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. He who sows the seeds of murder and pain will not reap joy and love. If you can become an eagle, do not strive to become the first among the jackdaws. Never trust a friend who speaks bad of his comrades. Salt is born of the purest parents, the sun and the sea. Thought is an idea in transit, which when once released, never can be lured back, nor the spoken word recalled, nor ever can the overt act be erased. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. No man is free who cannot command himself. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Do not look back when leaving. It is difficult to walk at one and the same time many paths of life. Friends are the companions on a journey who are to aid each other to persevere on the road to a happier life. A person who is captured by his passions cannot be free. Sobriety is the strength of the soul, for it preserves its reason unclouded by passion. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words. Rather, correct your mistakes with examination. As soon as you awake, in order lay the actions to be done the coming day. Silence is better than unmeaning words. Do not take roads traveled by the public. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? Above the cloud with its shadow is the star with its light. Above all things, reverence themselves. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Whatever they think of you, do what you think is fair. Number rules the universe. Anger begins in folly and ends in repentance. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. Above all things, respect yourself. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. Most men and women, by birth or nature, lack the means to advance in wealth and power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. Time is the soul of the world. If you cannot have a faithful friend, be your own friend. Even as truth does error have its lovers. Declining from the public ways, walking in unfrequented paths. Do not chase after happiness, it is always in you. Practice justice in word and deed, and do not get in the habit of acting thoughtlessly about anything. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. Ability and necessity dwell near each other. Be a good son, just brother, spouse tender, and good father. You should make great things, not promising great things. Friends share all things. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. It is only necessary to make war with 5 things: with the maladies of the body, the ignorance of the mind, with the passions of the body, with the seditions of the city, and the discords of families. If there be light, then there is darkness. If solid, fluid. If cold, heat. If height, depth. If hard, soft. If calm, tempest. If rough, smooth. If prosperity, adversity. If life, death. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. There is nothing so easy but that it becomes difficult when you do it reluctantly. He lived far from the gods, but in his mind, he was at home with them. There are men and gods and beings like Pythagoras,